Finally got 245s on each set of the earthquake bar for Tuesday morning's training session. 189 pounds on the bar. Managed to clear one set of 10 only, and then all of the remaining 4 sets after that first set of 10, I cleared for 8 repetitions. There's a lot of wobbling going on when you have 245s on each side of the bar, significantly more than when I first managed to have 225s on each side of the bar. I thought there was a lot of swing to the earthquake bar. At that point, this is a whole different ballpark. Moved on from the earthquake bar into some supinated close grip pull downs, employing that thick handle, developing that crushing power in the hands. We're up to 130 pounds now, really feeling it in the musculature of the hands and the forearms as compared to a traditional diameter bar where I normally feel it much more in the biceps. Work some upright rows, trying to build those traps because traps are the new abs before moving into a heavy single on the Skullcrusher. Yes, a heavy single. A lot of you know I'm into hitting PRs on unorthodox lifts. That's a 45 and a 25 on each side of the easy bar. That's 155 pounds for 1 rep, and it looked pretty smooth, to be fair. Backed it off for 3 singles at 132 pounds. Starting off Thursday morning strong with the top end set on the SSB squat to the 18-inch box, 375 pounds for a set of 4 before backing it off to 2 sets of 4 with 337.5 pounds respectively. Feeling a lot more confident squatting to the box, getting into a groove with the execution of this particular primary lift variation. Overloading that top end range of motion. I'm going to be explosive on my squats considering how much weight I'm getting on my back for multiple repetitions across here, and understanding that it is a SSB, which is significantly more difficult for me specialty bar wise than a traditional straight bar. Moved on from here to barbell split squats. This is an exercise that I've got a lot left in the tank on as well. 105 pounds for 3 sets of 4 per leg. I know I've got a lot more on this unilateral exercise considering how much I can do on the barbell walking lunge, which is relatively comparable in execution. It mostly comes down to balance and confidence on this particular variation, but I imagine in the near future I will really run the progressions high, and then finish off this workout with some glute ham raises, 7.5 pounds for sets of 6 reps across, strengthening that posterior chain as it will carry over to my lower body performance. First thing Saturday morning, incline bench time. Running a top end set of 4 with 255 pounds. And then we'll do some back off volume work, and then we're going to absolutely blast the upper body. So should be a solid workout overall. And not only did I manage to crush that 255 for 4 on the incline, another fun milestone for me personally today is the fact that all of my back off work in consideration of that foundational development on the incline press was done with over 2 plates, and that felt pretty cool. It was getting a little bit frustrating doing a top end set with more than 2 plates and then stripping one of those 45s off. I was able to maintain it across all of those working sets, which really pleased the ego. Worked on some barbell rows with a pronated grip. Got the big wheels rolling on this as well for sets of 10 across. That's also encouraging before moving into this giant set for shoulders, front laterals, side laterals, bent over rear laterals, 20 rep sets. My shoulders were on fire. Can confirm, very much adequate. I like mixing in little combinations like this from time to time just to focus more on the hypertrophy aspect of training. It's a little bit unorthodox for me in consideration of my performance preferences, but it's fun to mix things up, and of course, few things beat a solid pump. Transitioned into skull crushers on the earthquake bar. We're up to 79 pounds now. Very weebly and wobbly, but managed to clear sets of 12 to 15 across, which was encouraging. A lot of blood flow. As I mentioned with the earthquake bar, because of the relative instability or time under tension on a per rep basis tends to be much longer. Finished off this upper body training session with some bicep work. Got the thick grip, fat grip handles on the barbell, doing some thicker diameter work on the curls. As you've noticed, this type of variation is showing up a little more often because I'm really focusing on developing a respectable handshake. Hopefully in due time, I'll get to the point where I can accomplish as much, but I'm not quite there yet. On a serious note, I am trying to improve my grip strength. I'm always trying to improve my grip strength because it is consistently the limiting factor when it comes to moving big weight on almost all exercises. And then we finished off this week with a top end set on the front squat with 3 plates. It's looking pretty tough if you ask me. And I know you might not have asked me, but I'm telling you anyways, 3 plates on the front squat makes me feel pretty cool. We got a lot of wins this week. I'm just racking up all sorts of ego-pleasing, working, and top-end sets. Backed off the front squat to 283.5 pounds respectively for sets of 4, 2 sets of 4. They both felt worse than my top end set with 3 plates, probably because of how much it took out of me. Then I went into a slightly less cringy sumo deadlift as per 2 weeks ago, but still nothing to write home about. It was a little bit disappointing. A lot of rounding of the back, although not so much in the lumbar spine, more in the mid and thoracic spine. 468 for 4 on the top end set, so it was pretty heavy, but like I said, after this block, we're going to dial it down and focus on volume instead. That will be a much better strategy moving forward. And then I finished off this Sunday leg day session. I love Sunday leg days with some reverse hyper work. 4 sets of 15 with 135 pounds, really focusing on building that back and prioritizing that posterior chain development. As per usual, I will sound like a broken record with the prioritization of the glutes, hamstrings, and lower back as primary. All in all, a solid week in the weight room and under the bar. Just how I like it.